Welcome, man. Welcome. This is all in the family. 706, a breeder with alopecia. Today, man, topic is just basically gonna explain to y'all what is alopecia, what's the causes of it, and some struggles behind it. What we actually go through. I'm gonna explain to y'all about the times what we be fighting through, going through things as growing up as a kid with alopecia. It's kind of rough. Alopecia is an autoimmune disease, and it falls in line basically with eczema, Crohn's disease, and as people don't know, if people have kids, it can also skip a generation. So that child may not have it, but then when they have a child, they may cause it. They may have it. It's an autoimmune disease, so you never know. Like eczema, eczema is another cause of a autoimmune disease. So if people have more and more autoimmune diseases, it causes different things. Some people don't know that though. But once they find out about certain things, about it, they'll understand. Eczema also comes in different varied forms and fashions. You got many different cases. You got some where they're all the way bald, then you got some that just have the patches behind it. Then you also have some that may just have eyebrows or have a little bit of hair or may have one eyebrow. Like me, I got the form of fashion, what you call totalis, means no hair, nowhere. And I've been dealing with this for almost about 40 years now. When I was little, when I was living in Germany, it started coming off with hair, just patches around my head. Hold on. It started coming off with patches just in my head, just like everywhere. Then all of a sudden, it grew back a little bit, and then it did it again. But then we moved over here to the United States because my dad was in the military, and I started school over here. I did Title One here, and I started realizing those patches again. So I was going to school like that, and whilst I was in school, it just never went away. So me and my daddy woke up one morning and we was like, how about we just cut it all off? And that's basically what we did. We cut our hair off and it basically never grew back again. After all that was happening, shoot, it went from there to where the hair was gone and I was starting to get picked on in school, taking you down childhood memories now. It's about, I was 9 years old, 10 years old, going to school. People started realizing, older kids, I ain't have no hair. First incident I had in school was basically me going to the restroom. Older kid was in there. He looked at me and he started laughing at me. So all that's being said and done, I was using the restroom. All of a sudden, seen a hand come across and just slapped me across my head as hard as he can and started laughing. And that put me into a mental state that at that point in time, that is when I had got comfortable wearing a hat, because I had to get permission from the principal to be allowed to wear a hat in school because of my problem, and they didn't want to cause more problems in school than it was already. So at that time, I was wearing hats. I didn't understand nothing. I was still going about my business. As a little kid, I didn't know no difference, to be honest. I didn't know no difference. So time progresses along, people start calling me Michelin Man, Fire Marshal Bill. Because that's how I basically, and I'm going to be honest, that's how I did look in the beginning. like a fire marshal bill, off of In Living Color, But I didn't think nothing of it. But doing all that process, it pushes you back some because it's harder for you to make friends with people out there. What's up, brother? It's harder with you making friends with people because you're being talked about. So you don't know how. It's going good, brother. It's going real good. It's going real good. It's going real good. So you don't know how people are going to take you because of your situation. You know what I mean? And once you fall back into it, you just push all the way back. And you push yourself in a corner. And that corner is never a good feeling, right? Because your mental state isn't there no more. Like, I don't know if I can trust these people or these people can be my friends or whatever. So that's what I was doing and that's what I was doing. And then all of a sudden, I was getting picked on so heavy. I just started wearing a hat. Never decided to come off not wearing a hat, because I felt like that was my shelter zone, my hat. So people can't see my head. Got that middle school, it got a little worse in the beginning. People was talking. I didn't understand how to read real well because of my past. I came from Germany, so I was, a little bit behind on reading as well. So that was another little factor in my lifetime, So I never had a hard time understanding how to read real well and stuff like that because I did Title I in elementary. So me progressing on in life, I'm sitting already in the back because of my hair loss problem, and it's not a problem. But, alopecia causes a lot of things, But, so middle school came around, never played no sports or nothing like that. Never went to the 8th grade, ball or nothing like that because of my alopecia problems. And because and I'm going to be honest, no young lady wanted to talk to no bald-headed guy at that time. They thought it was funny, And I understand, kids are cruel. So once you go through all that, it's tough. So once I got to high school, people was like dogging me out. Like I got my finger stuck in the door by a girl. I almost snapped my finger in half. Just all kind of stuff, So high school coming along. And, high school is here, it's knocking at the door. So once we in high school, like I say, finger got caught, never talked to nobody, never said nothing to nobody. I was basically by myself. And then I got to around about the 11th grade, things started changing. I started working a little bit. People started more interacting. But that's when I realized kids are getting older. They don't mean no harm. They just don't know much better. So I just never knew how to really talk about it. But, once you get a little older, you'll find a way how to talk about some problems in your lifetime. And that's basically what I'm doing. I'm explaining you my lifetime story about alopecia. And a lot of people don't understand that having alopecia is also a mental state because you go through the battles in a lifetime. Because you get caught, I don't get caught, cancer, everything else. So, but it's just tough, But then I started playing soccer in high school. I was a superstar in soccer in high school. Played a little high school soccer. Came around. Got a little better. People started really noticing me. 11th grade, I never got invited to the prom. I didn't do no prom things and nothing like that. Because nobody wanted to see somebody with a bald head. So, how that go. So I was just relaxing. So I graduated high school, got a little older again. This is how I realized that life is in vicious circles. It's because of people come around when you get older and realize they made mistakes. But by then, I don't want to be your friends no more. I push you to the side. So That's how everything revolved around. Then, starting up business like I got my business mindset. I'm not gonna let me having alopecia stress me out and not continue my journey. My journey is here to be started, and that's my venture. And I'm just putting it out there that I am a breeder with alopecia, and I'm letting people know that. And this is how I'm coming from now on. You ain't gonna see no more hats, nothing like that. I'm just sitting here explaining it to you, you know. And like I said earlier, if people just tuning in, if people still just tuning in, this is all in the family 706, a breeder with alopecia, you know. But we all here, we all in the building, and I just wanted to tell y'all, you know, the the story behind everything. People was wondering about the video, and when I'm gonna touch down on live about really explaining to y'all, you know, and causes of it. Say in the books it says it's about stress, but it's an autoimmune disease, so it really doesn't have nothing to do with stress. It has to do with genetics behind it. The XY chromosome, all that good stuff. Sometimes they say the chromosomes can get mixed up with it. That's how it's the cause of Crohn's disease, because that's another autoimmune disease. Just like eczema, that's another one. People don't know that. But eczema and alopecia fall in the same line. And I have eczema too. So that's double case. That's how Faith has ulcerative colitis. It's because I have eczema. It was a passed on generation, And it's real. It's real out here, man. And it's hard enough out here for people to just jump out their shelter. Because I never thought I would be behind the camera. Because that's still my downfall on having alopecia. I don't like to take pictures or nothing like that. So, but I'm in my comfort zone now. I got my mindset. And we just gonna keep pushing on the journey. And I hope y'all enjoy the books that y'all finna be seeing, that's finna be written out. And then enjoy the ride. Yeah, Love Loud. Eczema falls into that situation too. That's an autoimmune disease. It does. Yeah. I take medication for my eczema though, Love Loud. I take Dupixent, and it really helps the skin. It does. You have to take a shot every 2 weeks for it though. But yeah, try that Dupixent when you next time you go to the dermatologist. Ask them to give you a sample of Dupixent. They have to do a little bit of blood work, but they can subscribe y'all a real thing. Yeah. It does. It helps. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. I appreciate that, sis. I knew I let that video set up for a while, and I wanted to go live last night about this, but I was just too tired. I ran 251 stops yesterday, and I was just too tired. And I was on live with bro all day today. I seen him deliver, and that was inspiring, man. He get to see what we do also. And it's amazing. Yeah, I'm really coming out of my comfort shell, These are the things that I want people to feel when they see me, when they start seeing me breeding my Frenchies. And I want them to understand that that's because I have an issue, or the person that's going to be the next breeder have an issue. Don't need you to stop on your journey, because your journey never stops. When you have your vision and your goal set, stick to your goal settings, and don't let what's going on around you stop you on what you're doing. I'm just coming at this a little different, And you know what my daddy going through too. At the same time, I just want y'all to understand how I really, I want to be transparent with everything that I say, because it's really coming from the heart. You don't see me all amped up today or nothing like that like I normally be. I really want y'all to understand that it's just real, you know. And it's a real mental health issue. It can be if you let it get to you. But there's a lot of people out here with alopecia that does good things for kids. That does good things for kids, you know. That does great things for kids that has it, by showing them how to do makeup, showing them examples. There's also programs where they can prescribe you wigs for yourself. But I look at it like this: if you put wigs on, you're not in your comfort zone. You're trying to get back to the norm. Being unnormal is the norm, and we're unnormal because we have bald heads. And that's a great feeling. Let's make one, sis. Let's make one and run with it. Let's make one. Let's collab on that. Let's collab on that. We'll talk about that. But at the same time, because also at the same time, I want to inspire younger people coming up. I want to inspire people coming up with a business vision that has illnesses like alopecia, eczema, that are afraid to come out their comfort zone, especially with kids with alopecia or eczema, especially kids with eczema. They're scared to wear wife beaters because they itching all over the place. But I want them to get out the comfort zone to really understand it's okay. And if you have a goal, shoot for it. See, trust for it. And trust is a businessman, you know what I'm saying? Telling you, it's possible. It's possible. Once trust get a little older, sis, see about that Dupixent. It does miracles. It cleaned up my eczema real well. See, I had it right here and right here. And then I had it on my legs too. You know? But I'm telling you, it's the move. It's the move. It's the move. It is the move, man. And that's the type of people I'm trying to outreach to. It's the people that has the issues like what we have with the autoimmune diseases, that deals with Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, which is in the same sisterhood as Crohn's, eczema, alopecia, all these autoimmune diseases. We shelter ourselves because we don't wanna be out here like this. To be honest, sometimes people feel embarrassed because of that, because you see other people, they look normal, but then when you look at yourself as a human, you look at yourself in the mirror, you don't look like everybody else, because we don't have hair, no eyebrows, no mustachio. We never felt less. We never felt like going to. I never experienced, as being a man, going to the barbershop and having barber talk. No, sis, you never did. You're inspiring. Believe it. No, it's not that. You did everything you can. Sometimes though, sis, sometimes in the history line, if you go down, it doesn't have to be you yourself. It could be your grandma or great great grandma. I'm telling you, it be like that, you know. But this is the reason why. This is the reason why I'm changing things around on me. Um, I'm changing things around because I want to inspire kids like that. People like that. I want to inspire people like that. It's the fact is that I'm coming out of my comfort shell thanks to my sister. She's got me out of my comfort shell. you know, and it's possible, but I'm doing this, and this is the new wave I'm going with, and I hope once I start breathing, I hope kids or people gonna come to me and say, "Man, bro, I heard that you have alopecia, but this is the new norm." And I'm to the point where I'm gonna have some merch coming out with bald heads, alopecia with breather, all that good stuff. You know, all that good stuff. But that come in due time. But I just wanted to reach out and show some awareness about it, you know, and we all still normal, you know, and everybody that has something, don't treat them different because that's hurtful. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Love Lab. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Um, really, I do. But I just want y'all to see who I am, because every time y'all see me, I either have on a hat or something like that, and it's not always about that. It's time to reach out now and show them that I am a breeder with alopecia, and this is the new wave, and it's gonna catch on. It's this is one of one. I think I never seen it before, but I want to be the first, and I want to put an impact on this because it's people out there that y'all don't even know that got something going on. They may say they don't, but I do, and I hope to inspire other people on different things what they want to pursue on. And it's gonna reach out, and I'm gonna leave this live up here for a day or two, and then drop my next video um to explain to y'all about dogs having alopecia at the same time. I already got it cut out, and I got it edited and everything, and I just want y'all to see that it's just not in humans, it's also in dogs too. And we gonna shake and bake the world up now, sis. I told you I'm coming, but I'm coming from the heart. And now I'm finding everything that I need to find, and things are working in the best favor. And I thank y'all for tuning in with me, for real. I do, and that means the world to me. Thank you, because I don't think nobody else would have came out their comfort shell like this to really explain something like that to somebody, to the world actually. And I just think people needed to hear that. And having these kind of situations, like I say, I'm reaching out to all kind of different people with this. It's gonna go worldwide with it, and I hope somebody's gonna catch on and understand that they're not alone. You know what I mean? So, but we just having a good time today, and it feels good actually just talking about it, going through going, thank you, sis. Just talking about it, getting it off my chest. And this is just the perfect time for it. And like I said before, I hope this touches other young kids that want to be inspired business owners to do it and don't stop. And whatever roadblock you have or whatever you got going on, don't let it stop you. Break out of that and fight through that wall. Because that wall, it can come down anytime. And once you break through that wall, you own. You got it. Just like Just saying, man. It's a lot of things finna come around with this right here, and I'ma speak to y'all on what's going on daily with me. You know, was what you said right there. Yes, I appreciate that, Love Lab, and I truly do. Um, it's a fact, cause you just got to jump out there, and don't worry about what people think or what you look like. That's not what is that's not what it's at. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. So it's just different now. It's just different. Love Lab, I appreciate the support. I really do, Love Lab. I mean, you tune in 24/7 with me. I thank you so much. And I know the first couple ones was a little roughy, but like I'm calming down with it and I'm speaking to y'all from the heart, and we just talking about alopecia, man. And and another reason I just want to sit down and say that is alopecia also comes, they say it comes from stress, but I don't see how it comes from stress, but I can in certain ways I can, because you go through it and then you stress about it because nobody's really interacting with and it's tough. Like I say, I didn't go to no eighth grade dance or no 11th, 12th grade proms. I didn't do all that. Didn't do none of that. But it's okay because I almost 20 years later, I got married to a beautiful wife, which is the second half of All in the Family 706. Breeder with alopecia is the second half. So, and then we had got a beautiful house. So everything, everything works in his favor. God has plans on when you have it. So it works out. And after we got married, my wife ain't look at me all sideways and stuff like that. Look, God blessed us with a beautiful house and starting up a business, our journey. And then my wife is very supportive. It takes a it takes a lot to have somebody that has things that already was built up to tolerate what's going on, you know. And it takes a lot of that. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of building up to it, because she already knew that I have alopecia, and she knew the past because we sat down and talked about it. So, but my wife is very supportive of the business, and that's my second half, of the business. We do everything together. We have meetings and stuff like that about it. We write down goals on what we trying to get to. So, and what we trying to do, you know. I'm finna go ahead and get me, like I say, I just talked to my wife today. I'm finna change over this room a little bit since I'll be talking more about alopecia. And like I say, I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit for a day. And then tomorrow I have another, I'm gonna try to have something else special in plans for y'all that support my channel, because I want to also show y'all that dogs have the alopecia gene too. And a lot of people didn't know that neither. You know, they don't call it alopecia. Actually, it's actually an albinism gene. That's where the alopecia comes from. A lot of people didn't know that. Stay tuned. Love Lab, stay tuned. I got some stuff in store, but That is where I'm blending everything in together, though, y'all. That's where I'm blending everything in together. You know what I mean? I'm showing you my life stories on my journey and with the dog's journey too at the same time. You know, yeah, it's a lot in store. You know, I just want y'all to see the journeys that we going down. I see, sis. Stay tuned. That's interesting, though, right? That's an interesting thing. People didn't know that. You know, eh, yeah, yes, yes, man. Inspiring me right now too. I keep putting off the video. Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much. You know, I think that's my goal on. That's what God put me on this earth for, though, is to inspire younger kids and younger people to keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Keep going. It's a reason why I'm here. And I think I found my niche on why God put me here. Because a lot of people say I'm real motivational. That's what he says, you know. It's a testimony, sis. It's a testimony, you know. And like I told you, this business started over me being in church. It's a revolving circle. You know, I just had to put all the pieces together on how to really put it all together. But I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Yeah. Oh, what's up, brother? What's up, brother? What's up, brother? I thank you. I thank you so much, Love Lab. Thank you. No, and I think this is the way. I think this the way I'm a. This is this is the way I'm start coming on here. You know, I want y'all to feel it. I want y'all to understand it. That it's coming from the heart. It's okay sometimes to joke around, but it's time to tune in and hone in on certain things, you know. And I want y'all to understand where everything is at, you know. My brother, you had got your job done in 2 hours, brother. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. My boy paid to the lover is in the building all day long. Brother, we were just up here. I just lifted out a little testimony here today. You know, just a little testimony. Just a little testimony on my life story about alopecia and how long I had it. I had it for a while, my brother. You know, and for everybody that didn't know, this is all in the family 706, a breeder with alopecia. So we were just explaining about alopecia, and I think the reasons why I'm here. You know what I mean? And I think, and he did. My brother, he's a awesome brother, man. That's my brother, man. My brother is that guy. But yeah, so y'all just be. I'm just thankful for all y'all though, and all my community though, you know, and this gonna reach out though. I think this is gonna reach out to the right people, and once it touches. Yeah, and I really don't. You know, and I really don't, sis. But sometimes I can feel it, but it's all on how people take it. You know what I mean? Um it's all on how people gonna take this message that I'm sending out to people. You know, and like I say, I hope Kids gonna come up to me one day and say, "You was that one that you gonna be that one that was talking about alopecia." Yeah, that is, sis. And it's in God's hand, you know. But I think this was the message God tapped me on the shoulder to really talk about today, though. There you go, you know. That seed is planted, and we just gonna ship it out there and let it go, you know. So it is. I think it was. I think this was a. I think this was a coconut tree. Yes, sis. Yeah, we gonna water every day from this point on. You know, I'm thinking about. I went to the Caribbeans just then. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think people appreciate that a lot more. I see a lot of people. They always, yeah. It's a peaceful spirit today, man. It's very peaceful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's how I think about it, that's how I'm gonna start coming. I know I be amped up sometimes, but I'm very just laid back. I'm just very very laid back. Love like, what's your sign? What's your? I'm just very laid back because I want this to be impactful today. That's it. Capricorn. Oh, January 17th. My daughter's birthday was January 31st. Yeah. And my brother, I was just telling in the community, I got something in store. A lot of people didn't know that dogs have alopecia too. So be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Her birthday's on the 31st. 31st. She a handful too. Uh-huh. And that's my little helping hand there now. She helps me out a lot. We gonna introduce her to you too. And one day we gonna do a video. We gonna do a video on combining alopecia and Crohn's disease, and we gonna talk about ulcerative colitis, how it forms in the same, how it comes around all in the same form of fashion. Star's good. She's getting big. She's changing though, sis. She's changing. She's changing a lot. Her temperament is calming down a lot, and she does not leave wifey's hip. She just pushed me to the side. She just pushes me to the side now. Yeah, 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 sis. She's getting big. She's getting, how can I say, she's spreading out now. I don't think she's gaining too much more weight now. But she's spreading out. I know it. That's when I want daddy time, ain't it, sis? That's when that is. I want daddy time. Oh, me, Love Lab. Where are you though? I'm in Augusta. I'm in Augusta, Georgia. 706. Yeah, I'm in Georgia. And let me guess, Love Lab, you're in Florida, right? What part of Florida you from, Love Lab? But yes, Cape Coral. Okay, okay, Cape Coral. Okay then. Okay, that's not too far. That ain't too far away from here. Yeah, that ain't too far. That ain't too far. What's the weather like down in Florida right now? Yeah, right next to Saint Fort Myers, right down that St. Pete area. St. Pete's area. Oh, for real? I seen them bulldogs you got. Beautiful bulldogs. Beautiful bulldogs. So, so, but I hope this just puts a little bit of awareness out there for people about what. Oh, me? Oh, my bad. No, huh? No. Star is a puppy. Star is a puppy. Sorry. I misread that. I apologize. I'm just getting ready. Yeah. I'm getting ready early. Oh, sis, but that tummy time is coming in full effect now too. I meant to tell you that stuff with me practicing her early. Yeah, that tummy time is coming in effect. Yeah, thank you, sis. I think we was gonna go all over the place with that one. I got lost. Sorry. Yeah. I'm saying. But that tummy time, that tummy. Yeah, I know, right? I know. We got to redirect that because it was finna go somewhere. But yeah, I know that's always a good feeling to have a mom feeling at the time. Yeah. We getting it up too, sis. We getting it up. But man, did you see how many people was in? Did you see how many people was in here today? Earlier when we was talking about when I started mentioning about alopecia and stuff like that. That was amazing. That was just for that split second. I hope that reached out to some people, to really show. I am. I am. That's just this gonna be the new wave. This gonna be the new wave. You know what I mean? So this just gonna be the new wave right here. Yeah, I do. Yeah, in clarity too, though. At the same time, and I don't let no distractions by now. And that's it opens up a lot of things. I mean, back in the day when I was little, what I'm saying, walking around with no eyebrows and no hair, it was kind of tough. It was. I'm not joking. That was real. Everything, it was real. Just like with the finger situation, I never gonna forget. My finger got caught in the door at high school through that metal door when my finger was almost limp, and they laughed at it like it was funny. I was supposed to go to the emergency room, but I didn't go because I don't like the doctors. And they thought it was funny and saying, well, Mr. Clean, he'll be all right, blah, 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 blood leaking all over the place and everything else. At one point in time, I didn't have sensation in my thumb and this finger here, to be exact. You see the cut? It's a little cut right there on the side, if y'all can see it. Yeah, I went through it. But it's just funny how the world works its way back around because when I got a little older to start going out and stuff, the same people that were joking and jiving, talking about me, laughing at me, they wanted to be my friends, right? But you ever heard that saying, you keep your enemies close and your friends in the distance? And that's basically what I did, right? Then I had them in the palm of my hand. But, and I don't even socialize with people like that now anyway. But I'm a people's person because I let everything go. There you go. Mindset is on lock. It's on 10-4. You know, been through it all. You know, but, you know, that's the way you learn though. You go through the struggles in life to understand what your whole mindset is and what you're reaching out for. You know, that's the whole goal behind this. You know, that in life you go through things that put in your way to build you up to the person you are today. You know, to be honest with you, sis, to help kids out with situations like what we go through with all that with Crohn's and all these autoimmune diseases, to be honest, just be there for them, support them 100%, and just explain to them that just because you going through this in your time, that doesn't have to stop what you got going on in your time. You know, it's gonna get it's gonna get rough, but God is building them up to be a stronger man in the long run. To look back at the people that talked about you and pass them right along. You know what I mean? You gonna look at them in the back here, watch you moving along doing what you can do and what God set you out to do. And that's to be an inspired breeder, video gamer, whatever you want to do, work in the office, and then look clean with it too. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. I did. And my mom and daddy always said though, it's gonna be tough, but in the long run, you're gonna be all right. Cause the same people that talk about you now, they either ain't gonna be here or they gonna look up to you. And you know what happened? That exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. The same people that was talking about me either is in jail or down bad on their feet. And look at me, a UPS driver, owning a house, starting up a business, and not looking back. Pushing through that wall and doing it. That's what happened. Yep, that's what happened. Mm-hmm. But I told you I was coming with something. And I told you, sis, it is. It is. It is. It is. But being like I tell like I'm gonna use my daughter for instance. I'm gonna use my daughter. My daughter has, like I said earlier, ulcerative colitis. She was down bad for 2 months with it. June and July, to be exact. She was down bad. We didn't know if we would have to get the bag put on her, where we had to take the kid, all that and flip it inside out, the small intestines inside out, so she had to wear a bag. Lost about 30, 40 pounds, was skinny as a pole, right? And she didn't know how people was going to take her or look at her. Because having that, you be in pain, bleeding. Who wants to go through all that? That's a whole different mental mindset, right? But guess what she's doing now? God said no. Guess what? She's inspiring. Tried out for the basketball team. Made the basketball team. Only in the 5th grade. And she's loving it. And she's an inspirational person. She's just like me. She has a lot to say on hers behalf. So, just watch and see. I'm telling you, we knocking at the door. And everything gonna be all right. But that's just an example there, and like I told her, Faith always tells me though, Papa, don't worry about me. I'm okay. Like my daughter always say, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I said, I know you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be a basketball player. So I put that on the testimony already. And guess what she enjoyed doing? Love playing basketball. She loves it. And that just somewhat happened after she got out the hospital in July. She wanted to play basketball. Yeah. But that's another autoimmune disease. So it falls in the line. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we are. That's my daughter and my wife, them two are my rocks for real. Like they push me through hurdles that I probably wouldn't push through. It takes a real village to get to where you want to get to with people with autoimmune diseases, because people don't support people won't support that. Yeah, and I appreciate that too, love lab. I do appreciate that, and you're absolutely right. Thank you for staying tuned in too. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. But but like I say, I hope I hope all this what we was talking about today was a little bit inspiring. And man, just push. If you got kids out there, just push them and tell them it's gonna be all right. There are sources out there that can help. Like I said about it, like I said, uh, if you can't see it, the love of dogs unite us all. Yeah, and to be honest with you, Passport K, it is, but it is what you make of it. Passport K, it's what you make of it, and don't don't let don't let the world Don't let the world make itself horrible. You make the best what you can make by yourself and push yourself to do what you want to do. You know, you do what you want to do. I think God is evil, man. Too much pain. No, he's not evil at all. And some I'm gonna tell you what you need to do, Passport K. I need you to take one moment and get on your knees and pray that it's gonna get you through. Believe me, he got me through the hurdle. I had a lot of pain up in myself, but I never let that stop. Just sit down on your knee 1 second and pray and tell him it's gonna be all right. And you gonna find that wave, Passport. You gonna find that wave. You just have to fight through it and push yourself through that wall and that hurdle. And it's gonna work its way out, bro. It's gonna work its way out. It's gonna work its way out. Believe me, Passport Kid. Believe that. Just pray on it. And take you some time out and go to church and understand what's going on. And you'll see, and God gonna tap you on your shoulder and be like, you're gonna be all right. And just like my daddy had brain surgery about a week ago. He in a lot of pain, but guess what? Today, he bounced up. Like a matter of yesterday, he bounced up yesterday, holding his head up, holding the whole conversation, knowing who my mom is and everything again. That's the miracle of God. And God don't stop. He's always here. You talking about me, sis? Or you talking about Passport K? Kia? There you go. Tell them. Yeah. God isn't evil. God is great. Just understand that, okay? That's why I say pray about it. And if you're in that much pain, you have to pray about that. But that shouldn't stop you doing what you want to do in your time. Like I said earlier, I used to have a lot of pain built up in me, emotional. Cause like I said earlier, I done got slapped on and called about. I mean, if you want it, I done been called from, you got cancer, you got leukemia, Fire Marshal Bill, what's another one, sis? What's another one, sis, that we got? Fire Marshal Bill, Michelin Man. We got all them. Don't you think that was painful too? But I overcame that. There you go. Tell them I will inspire you. Stick around. And please subscribe. You're going to see a lot. And that's basically what it is you know, I'm a family guy. Go to church, but my fortitude was really pushing me on with this to show y'all that this is possible, and just watch and see. I got a lot in works. I got a lot in the works, and I want to also tell everybody thank y'all for y'all prayers on my daddy's behalf. That means a lot. He's pushing through. He's doing better, like I said earlier. So I want to say, everybody in my community, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. That meant a lot, you know. And I thought in the beginning if that was gonna push me a little bit, hold off on things, but seeing that actually want me to push me a little harder to really get everything down what I want to get down. I talked to sis earlier. We finna step it up a little bit. So we finna make things happen. You know, but I want to tell everybody in my community, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. That meant a lot. And y'all prayers did come through. It came through in full effect. All in the family 706. My community came through. You know. So yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. But at the same time, man, we've been on this thing for a good hour. And I appreciate everybody. I've been checking everything out, man. But I got to go because I'm finna get ready to go see my daddy before the Super Bowl game. Love Lab, before I go, you gonna post when she had puppies? You gonna post it all? You gonna post them, Love Lab? And how many are you expecting? No, no, passport. I would, I was gonna get, but I feel like you need to talk to somebody, passport. But I'm gonna stay on with you. Don't feel like that. Don't feel like that though. You know, don't. I don't need you to feel like that because you gonna put yourself in what I like to call in a black hole, and you don't never want to be in that situation like that. Go out there and the best advice I can tell you before you get there. I understand that. I had that too, but did let me tell you, passport. Don't. The goal here is, passport. First, your friends ain't your friends. So once you push through what you need to push through, passport, your friends that you thought were your friends, you gonna really find your friends because you gonna find your friends. Sometimes, passport, you just have to find your wavelength. You know, sometimes you gotta push everybody to the side and understand who you are and understand on what you're trying to do and find out what causes your pain. Is it the stress? Because to me, it sounds like it's stress, and you don't need to stress yourself out because you stressing yourself out. Push everybody to the side for a second and find out who passport is. Get to know passport. What passport likes to do. What inspires you. Okay. I passport, that's why I say when you feel like that, passport, this is the best thing I can tell you. Leave it alone. Find out who passport is during this time of the need. What makes you happy who you are? What makes you happy? If you didn't have them, what makes you happy? and find that little itch, even if it's working, coloring or doing something to make you feel better about yourself at that time. Everything helps, because the people that are your family or that's green gaslighting you, they gonna come back around and wonder why you're not reaching out to them. And that's when you have a heart to heart with them and explain to them your severity of what's going on. And explain to them why I had to push you to the side. But guess what the kicker is? When they come back around, Passport, you're strong enough to sit down and say, I didn't need you at this time, but look at me now. Look where I'm at now. And once you get there, what I mean, that's, can I ask you what is your pain, if you don't mind me asking? And it, like I say, like we say, comment and subscribe once this video drop. Urgent stream policy violation detected. Closes the stream now to save the channel from permanent ban. What is that, sis? You see that, sis? You ever had that? Oh, okay. Okay. Mouth related thing. How you block them? How you block them? Thank you, brother. Thank you. Mouth related thing. I mean, if you leave a comment once we get off live, I can try to find you some foundations that can help you. But the best, where are you at overseas, if you don't mind me asking? Where you located at overseas? If you don't mind me asking, I yeah, that too. That too. It could be the food you eat. What? It could be the water you drinking. That's a good thing, sis. I mean, it can be a lot of things. It can be a lot of things. Middle East. So you mostly in like that Qatar area, Saudi area, in that area. Do me do me a favor. Ah, okay, 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 okay. So they don't understand what's going on, basically. But I got speech problems too. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Let's talk about um. Is that what's the problem is? Speech problems? Is that the main problem? And is that why your friends and family is not like I like to say rocking with you because of your speech problems? I got you. I got you. I understand that. I understand that. It's like you don't have no support system behind you in this time of the need where you really need them at. No, they do care. It just it's just like I say. Yeah, this is the time you really need them. You know what I mean? This is the time you really need it. This is the time you really need it. But like I said earlier, do me this one favor though. When before I don't know what time it is over there in Qatar or in the Middle East or wherever you're at, but do me this one favor for today. Just do me this one favor. What time is it in the Middle East where you're at? But before you go to bed tonight, I want you to pray for two things. I want you to pray for everything's gonna be all right. And then I also want you to pray for God's gonna push me through. You understand? And I'm gonna put another one on you. That there's nothing that's gonna stop you. You're gonna be unstoppable. Okay? Just pray for them three things. And watch how everything gonna work its way out. Just pray every day. Every day. And every day you're gonna get stronger and stronger. Push through. There you go, sis. Tell her. Push through. You pray every day. You just do that. Pray every day. And then once you do all that, do that every day. Find you something you like to do. Find you something you can read somebody out to. And it's going to work its way out. We here. That's why I say, pray about it. Pray three things for me. Three things. I mentioned it. Just pray for it every day. And do me one favor. Watch what you're eating over there. It could be the food too, like my sister said. So just take that in consideration, but I need you to pray for it. And I need you to fight hard. Because you got it. It's in you. This is a supportive channel. Like I said earlier, if you don't know, this is All in the Family 706, a breeder with alopecia, which is an autoimmune disease. So, and that's tough too. But I fought through and I pushed through. But you got to fight for it. You got to fight for it, Passport. You got to fight for it. Pray for it. And go to church once or twice. Just check it out for me. And once you subscribe to the channel, and then let me know how church was. I'm gonna explain about thyroids. I'm gonna tell you about thyroids. I got my thyroids taken out too. Right here. I've been there too. But there are programs here in the United States that you can actually find programs if you Google them about that thyroid issue. And there are foundations possibly. Like I say, comment up under here the situation. And on the next live, if you join in, I will have some foundations or something like that I can look up for you and pass them along to you to help you support what you're trying to support. So we gonna find out, we gonna find out. But for the time being, my community, we gonna help out. We gonna try to help out. Just to find some foundations, and I can write them down for you, and I can tell you which ones to look up. But thank you. But comment and subscribe, please do. We can do that. I do that for you, because I know what it is going through certain things and pain. But tune in. Tune in. No, this is what this is for. No, this is what it's for. I'm already, look, I have alopecia. So you looked at my title, I was explaining to y'all what is alopecia. This is me coming out my shell when not even wearing a hat. As my sister can relate, every time I be on live, I be having on a hat. So, no, you're fine. We're here to help. I'm here to help. My sisters, if we find something, that's why I say, leave a comment once I drop this video. Leave a comment up under. And hopefully I can find some foundations at least so you can sit down and talk to them. Or maybe you need to just talk to a foundation what's really on your chest, and they can lead you in the direction you need to go. But I'm going to try to find you some so I can write it down. Please keep me updated and posted what's going on. Because I'm gonna try to look up some foundations that you can talk to. We will do that. That's why I say, keep me posted. Keep me posted on what's going on, and and we can see what we can work out. Just keep me posted on the journey on what you got going. I'm here for the support. This is a positive vibe thing. This is a positive vibe channel. Just like I said, I'm a I am a breeder with alopecia, you know. So no, this is a judge-free zone. It's no judgment. Cause we done been judged on enough. You know, this is a judge-free zone. On this live here, we talk nothing but positivity because like I say, this is a you know, this is real. This is real. This is real. And everybody on here right now can tell you we speak nothing but realness. And my sisters them sometimes get emotional. I hope so. Trust me, I understand. I understand your pain. Believe me, believe me. My facial expression always was distant because of my problem. You know, I always was distant from people because I never knew how people took me. But once you overcome that boundary and just say forget about it and break through that wall, like I said earlier, it's gonna be just fine. It's gonna be just fine. It's gonna be just fine. You know? Don't think like that. Never think like that. But never think like that. Never think about that. That right there, that last line you said, should never even be in your train of thought. But like I say, keep me posted, keep my community posted on your journey. We're here for you. And just do me that favor and pray. Pray tonight. Pray tonight and tune back in. But please comment and subscribe up under. Please do. All in the family 706. Just subscribe. No, no, not yet. Not yet. Coming. It's in the works. It's in the works. It's in the works. Website is in the works. But stay tuned though. Stay tuned. Yeah, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. I could do that. I sure can. I sure can. Um, let's start it off like this. God, heavenly, thank you for everybody that's on my community. Please give Passport K a push that he can make it through what he's gonna make it through, which he is, God. He's a strong fella. He's only 29 years old. He got a lot of venture that he want to succeed in. He want to see a lot of things. He's trying to get back to the United States. He reached out to me for a reason, and I think I just touched him with a good word to push him on through, God. God, everybody that's on my live, man, y'all give them a grace, a good hand. Help them enjoy the Super Bowl today. Have a good time with family and friends today. Be safe out there, y'all. But on Passport K, you're going to be heavily on my mind, sir. I'm going to pray for you tonight, and I'm going to make sure that you're going to push through in everything that you want to do. God, amen, amen. You heard that? You got that, K? It's gonna get reached out to you. That was touching. That was touching. I almost cried just then. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Don't do that. Don't do that cry. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. We got you. We just prayed on it. And I'm gonna say a good prayer tonight. I'm gonna go into my Bible and get a good song for you. And when you tune back in, there you go. That's what I want you to be. I want you to be strong. When you tune back in a couple days, I got the song for you. Me and Sissy gonna sit down and find one for you. And we gonna make it touchy for you. But just tune back in. But the only way you can, we could be at the same time. For sure. We can do it. Yes, sir. If that's gonna help you, I would do that for you. I would go live tomorrow. And we can sit down and talk. I'm here. I'm here. Hey, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. See how uplifting you just went? See, God's already working on the miracle that you're looking for. Honest to God. Just do me that one favor. There we go. Sis, we're going to read that psalm to him tomorrow. We're going to read that psalm to him for tomorrow. You know, we'll go do a live on him and we'll read the psalm to him. I'll let my sister do the privilege to do the psalm reading to you. So you can really feel the touch. There you go. There you go. Sis, what you think about that? I was gonna say something, but my sister take control. That's my sister too. Passport, Miss Dreekus. Miss Dreeks, that's my sister. So, that's my sister right there. Miss Dreeks. Go subscribe to her channel too. And Rashia Frenchie's breeding channel too. And Paid to Deliver. Yeah, see? Yeah. But Passport, I prayed on it. And I will be back tomorrow just for this time. Same time. Same time. You will see me live tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to have a dual live. So be on the lookout. So we can actually reach out to Passport. That's one man in the army that's getting stronger. Then that's what this is all about, y'all. We reaching out one man at a time. And that's all it takes. It takes one man to move an army. So let's move one. And we working on one right now. So, but sis and brother and Love Lab and Passport, I have to go. But we will be back tomorrow. I got you, sis. I'll call you. There you go. Tune back in tomorrow. Another topic. Another subject. Enjoy. But this is from All in the Family 706. Breeder with alopecia tuning out. Peace.